I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible? Let me know.
Yeah, visible.
Yes, right. Yes, fine. 1 second. Let me open the notepad. Yeah. Once again, good evening all. My name is Swamy Naidu. I'm teaching UI technologies from past 13 years. I'm handling react.js, JavaScript, Angular, these batches. This is the react.js demo class. In this demo, so just I will share you the information about what is react.js and what are the benefits and why we are using react.js. Like that, these concepts we'll discuss. Yeah. First of all, what is react.js? React.js is client-side script to implement dynamic websites. Yeah. So React.js is a client-side script. Why we are using this client-side script? To implement the dynamic websites. So what is client-side script exactly? Okay. Yes. See, for example, if you are developing any website, we have two phases in every website. First one is design phase. Second one is coding. That's every website if you take two phases we have, design phase and coding. Design phase, so we can create user interfaces. What is user interface? Nothing but the web page, front page. For example, see this. I'm going to open gmail.com. Okay. So this is on user interface, it is loading. It contains some information like this. For example, if I open fb.com, it also contains the screen like that. So in these user interfaces, we have text boxes, buttons, paragraph, hyperlinks, like that. Some controls we have, like that. Anything. For example, if you open Flipkart, so now it displays like this. So like that, these are the images and banners like that we have. So this is designing. So in designing part, we are creating this user interface. Now, if you observe here, so in the designing part, we are creating user interfaces. So to create the user interfaces, what the technologies programmers using HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. These are the technologies programmers means companies they're using. Okay, so that is design phase and coding phase. In this coding phase, we are using implementing the logics to implement logics. Yes. Now, here we have two types of codings. Yeah. One is client-side coding. Second one is server-side coding. Yes. First one is what? Client-side coding. Second one is server-side coding. This client-side coding executes in browser. Yes, the script which executes in browser that we are calling as client-side script. Is it clear? See, at the time of loading the web page, that original code is downloaded into the browser. A small diagram I will show you. For example, here this is server, assume that Facebook server, and this is my system. Okay. Yes. Now I'm trying to access the web page from this Facebook server. Yes. Now that web page front page contains both client side script as well as server-side script. Like that, it contains both client-side script as well as server-side script. So this is assume that client-side script. Okay. And next one, server-side script. Like that, these two scripts are there. Now, what the client-side script that web page contains, that original code downloads along with the response. Okay. For this request, one response is going to the browser. Along with the response, what is happening? That original client-side script is downloading into the browser. Yes, it is downloading where? Into the browser. Who is using browser? Client is using browser. Client means here the person who is accessing our application. The person who is accessing our application we can call as client. Is it clear? So actually, in other meaning, the person who is paying money to the companies to download the project, that person also we are calling as client. But in this website accessing point of view, so we are the clients of other websites like Gmail, Facebook, like that. So what the code is implemented here, that code downloads into the browser and executes where? In our browser. Is it clear? This is about client-side script. But server-side script is not like that. The server-side script executes in server. Only the result is downloading into the browser. Yes. In server-side point of view, only the result is downloading into the browser. Like that, according to the execution location, okay, according to the execution location, we are calling the scripts as client-side script and server-side script. So client-side script executes where? In browser, and server-side script executes in web server. That is the point of this. See, if I open this web page, so anything, for example, Facebook, I right click on this and go with the view page source. Now you can see here it displays some code here. Yes, yeah. It displays some code. This is nothing but client-side script of Facebook. Is this implemented by me? No. So the Facebook developers implemented, and when I'm trying to access this, okay, it is downloaded into my browser. Okay, and in my browser it is executed. But server-side script will not download, it executes in server, result only downloading into the browser. That is the main difference between client-side script and server-side script. Yes, yeah. So here, what are the technologies we are using to work with these client-side scripts? So JavaScript and the next level technologies of JavaScript like React, Angular, Vue.js, Backbone.js, Vanilla.js, all these technologies comes under client-side scripting language. So once again, I'm repeating. So if you take any dynamic website, so dynamic website contains both design as well as coding part. So two types of websites we have. One is static website, second one is dynamic website. Static website means it contains only design, doesn't have any coding. But dynamic website contains both the design and coding. So for example, if you take online e-papers, okay, most of the paper websites are static websites. What is the main purpose? Open that website and read the information and close. We don't have any other interaction with the website, right? So in that point of view, only design area is enough. Coding is not required. So dynamic website means it contains both the design and coding. It contains both the design and coding. So in that coding point of view, two types of codings we are using. So client-side coding as well as server-side coding. To implement the client-side coding, so we are using client-side scripts like JavaScript, React, Angular, like that. And server-side coding, so where it executes in web server. Yes. So what are the technologies we are using here to create the server-side script? PHP, ASP.NET, JSP Servlets, and Node.js. All these technologies comes under server-side scripting languages. So as UI developer, what is our role? To work with this React means we are working with the client-side functionalities. Yes. Yeah. So what is React.js? React.js is a client-side script. So what is the meaning of client-side script? The script which executes in browser, we are calling it as client-side script. For example, if you implement any logics by using JavaScript or React or Angular or any other technologies like Vue.js, okay, Next.js, like that. All this comes under client-side technologies. Some people they're thinking Node.js is also client-side script. Don't feel like that. Node.js is server-side. Okay. Yes, that's the first point which we discussed. Next one, React is library of JavaScript. See, JavaScript is the core technology to work with the client-side functionalities. Okay. So React, Angular, all these are the next level technologies, but these technologies we are using to work with the JavaScript only. Finally, we are working with the JavaScript, but these technologies providing more features and in flexible way. Okay, simplified coding like that. Many benefits we have in these technologies which are missing in JavaScript, but these are nothing but libraries of the JavaScript. If you take React.js, it is the library of JavaScript, and Angular is the framework of JavaScript. So these libraries, frameworks we are using to work with that core technology with some enhanced features. Means React.js is providing many more features to work with JavaScript. What are these features? Many are there, like single page application, data binding, JSX format, virtual DOM, like that. Different types of features added in this React.js if you compare with JavaScript. So in feature section, I will discuss about that. Okay. Yes. So that's why here it is nothing but the library of what? JavaScript. Okay. This is the second point. Now, the main question is, yeah, in website development, we are using both client-side and server-side scripts, I told you. So you programmers, UA programmers working with the client-side technologies and server-side programmers working with the server-side technologies. First of all, why we are using client-side technologies? Which type of concepts we can implement using client-side scripts, and which type of concepts we can implement using server-side scripts? That's the main question. Now, if we take client-side scripts, why we are in the client-side scripts? That is the main point. Yes, yeah. So this is common question interviews they're asking you. What is the purpose of client-side script? So why we are using the client-side script? Yeah. First point, to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML controls. Yes. So what is the first point here? To apply the dynamic functionalities on the HTML controls. What is the meaning of this? By default, all HTML controls are static controls. You want to convert them as dynamic. Then we can use this client-side technologies. So here, what is static and dynamic? That more clear idea I will give you. For that, one simple program I am creating now. In the desktop, I am saving this file with name demo.html. Just I have taken notepad. Yes. And here I saved that file with name demo.html. Now my concept is I want to display one image on the HTML file. This file is created where? Desktop. Now you can see this is demo.html. I have orange.jpg. Okay, all.jpg. Like that, these images I have. Now I want to display orange.jpg here. Okay, for that, I'm taking image source is equal to orange.jpg. Don't think about programming now. See the result. That's all. Later we'll discuss all these concepts. So one image I am displaying with the width 100 pixels I have given. That's all simple. So in this HTML page. At the time of designing, I have given two properties. One is SRC, another one is width. Like that, I have given these two properties. Now I want to open this file in the browser. So where is that file demo.html I created here? So if you right click and open with any browser like Chrome. Now it displays, yeah, this is the image what we have here. So now it is loaded in browser. So this is runtime. Based on the properties, okay, the output is coming in browser. Now after loaded in browser, is it possible to change the properties? Is it possible to change the properties? No, it is not possible. After loaded into browser, it is not possible to change the properties of this. Is it clear? So that is by default. But my requirement is, see, for example, this website, if you observe, if I move mouse on this, see, it is width is increasing. Okay, like that on every element. But here in my website, if I move mouse, no, because this is static, no dynamic function applied. Like that, for example, if I click on this website, image control, I want to change this orange as another image. I want to display another image like mango or any other image. Is it possible? No. So in that point of view, we are taking the support of these client-side scripts. So the point is to apply dynamic functionalities on the HTML elements. So that I will show you. Just I'm using a small script here. Something I have written. So don't try to understand what is this. Okay, I will discuss each and everything program when I start the programming. Just I have given some statement. Now refresh and click on this. Now we can see it change like that. So one more statement I am writing. I am not explaining anything here. Okay, so see the result, that's all. Now one more statement I have given. See, width is increased. If I move the mouse on this, width is increased. Right? If I click on this, then it is changed. That's source. Means at runtime, you want to change the properties of any control, then we are taking the support of this client-side scripts. That's the first point. Yes, that is nothing but we are calling as dynamic functionalities. Second one, to validate input controls. Yes. So you want to validate the input controls. Then also you're taking the support of these client-side scripting languages. Validations means text box is empty or not. Password retype, password matching or not. For example, here in this Facebook website, if you observe this, yeah. So for example, if I click on create new user, now it displays the registration form here. Now, if I click on the sign up, errors are coming here. Enter first name. For example, if I type something here, now error is coming for this. Okay, like that. Whenever so, what are the controls we're displaying? Those controls you need to validate sometimes. Okay, based on the requirement. So, like mandatory fields or comparison fields or formats like email format, date format, etc. In this validations point of view, also we are taking the support of this client-side scripting languages. That's the next point. Third one, to work with Ajax. Ajax is very important. Okay. So we are spending around 4 to 5 days with Ajax. Okay. Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So this Ajax object you want to create, you should know about this client-side scripts. So just one point I'm telling to you about this Ajax. You want to send any request to the server from browser. Yes, you want to send any request to the server. There are two ways to send the request. One is using submit concept. Another one is using Ajax. In case if I take submit concept, if I use submit concept, entire page is transferring between the browser and server. It takes some time. To avoid that, we are using Ajax. So later programming, everything we'll discuss. Okay, with the concepts. I told you we are spending around 5 days with this Ajax. That time I will discuss how to call the API services, how to work with the crowd operations, all these functionalities. So Cricket website, Gmail, Google, okay, everything is working on with this Ajax. For example, here I'm going to open Google. If I type any character in this text box, okay, then the suggestions are coming here. Yes, suggestions are coming. These suggestions are coming from server. All these suggestions are coming from server. But page is not reloading here. Okay, means based on the Ajax, this it is communicating with the server in backend. Like that, so chat concept and Google Maps, all these are working with the Ajax. Okay, so don't worry about that. We'll discuss each and every concept with this. Okay, next point, to execute logics. Yeah. See, not only client-side scripts to execute the logics, we can also use server-side scripts. Yes, both are coding technologies. Not only the client-side script, we can also use server-side script. Then what the benefit of this client-side scripts? If I use the client-side script, what the benefit? That I will discuss with you. For example, assume that this is one bank application and this is a loan page. Okay. Assume that this is loan page. Now it is downloaded into the browser. Now in this browser, you're displaying some contours like text boxes and all. Okay. So just 1 second. And now here in this loan page, you're displaying some text boxes like loan amount. And next one, something like how many months tenure. Okay, after enter these two values, you display one button calculate. So this is calculate button. Now, when I click on this button, based on the values, okay, loan amount and tenure, based on these values, I want to perform the calculation. I want to perform the calculation. In this point of view, you can write the logic by using server-side script or client-side script. Anything we can use. But what the benefit if I use client-side script? So the code executes in the browser. Where it is executing here, it executes in the browser. That's why user can see the code immediately. In case if it is server-side script, when user click on this button, then what is happening here? One request is going to the server. Okay, so here one request is going to the server and there that code executes and response is coming back to the browser. Means for this entire round trip it takes some time. Okay, for this request and response process it takes some time. That's why most of the logics in web applications were implemented with client-side technologies, because the result is the outcome is very fast. User can see the result immediately. So these are the main areas where we are using the client-side scripting languages. Yes. Yeah. Now you can ask me one question, sir. We can do all these things client-side script. Then what the purpose of the server-side script? That question may rise in your mind. Yes, like if you take .NET or ASP, JSP, so okay, where we are using. Yeah, server-side scripts more we are using to connect with the databases. Okay, so server database is available where in client system or server mission, the server mission. To establish the database connection and to fetch the records, everything, there we are using the server-side scripting languages. Next one, in order to create the tokens and sessions and server-related functionalities, logics, in that point of we are using server-side scripting languages. We means not we, server-side programmers. Okay, we are client-side programmers means we are developers. So we are working with these concepts here. Is it clear? Yes. So any website, if you take, so 60 to 70% is coding is client-side coding. In every website, 60 to 70% is coding is client-side coding. You got it? Yes. So React.js is a client-side script to implement the dynamic websites. It is library of JavaScript. And what is client-side script? And what we can do with the client-side script? Those points we discussed here. Yes. So in these points, we discussed some topic till now. Any questions you have, any doubts? Pawan, Gulshan, Rohini, any questions you people have? Any doubts?
No, Swami, no, as of now.
React, what syllabus we are going to cover? Just can you
Yeah, I
just
will
brief?
discuss that one. So just not yet completed today's session. By end of today's session, I will discuss what are the things we are covering, everything. Okay. So in this concept, you don't have any doubts. Now here, see, who implemented React.js? Implemented by Jordan Walkie. The year 2013. So prototype they released in 2011. Prototype they released in 2011, and final result means the final version they released in 2013. So actually, Jordan Walkie, he is one of the employees of Facebook. Okay, so that time when he was in Facebook, okay, he wanted to add some logics in chat concept of Facebook. In the chat concept of Facebook, he wanted to add some logics. For that, along with the team members, okay, he is the main person in this team. Okay, they implemented React.js and released the first version 2013, and it maintaining by Facebook Corporation. So React.js is maintained by Facebook Corporation. Is it clear? Yes. Now this React.js, we have basic version is 1.0. Now the current version is 19.2. Yes. So what the current version we have? 19. Okay. Means that version we are handling now. If you download the new packages, node packages, so the version is 19.2. Okay. Yes. Now, yeah. One use case I will tell you. For example, login form if you take. So with this use case, you will get more clarity where we are in React.js. Okay. Yeah. For example, in company, you need to work with the login concept. So for that,
Why
for
was
this, for
React
every
active?
concept, yeah,
Why was
someone
React
supposed to ask.
active? What was the
Yeah.
purpose of React? Like, if we have
What
JavaScript, then why React was started?
I'm telling those points. React is the library of JavaScript, right? So it is providing some additional features to work with JavaScript already shared, like single page application, like that. Some overview points I told. So in detail, I will discuss now. Okay, one use case I'm telling first of all. So login page, if you take, what are the steps we have in this login? Okay, first we need to design the login page. Next one, just we need to perform client side validations. And next one here, send data to server and check username, password valid or invalid. Okay. And next one, redirect to either welcome page or invalid user page. So these are the steps we have in this login. Now, if you take the first step, we are designing the web page. So for the designers in company, they will use HTML, CSS, these technologies. And validation point of view, what is that? Client says script, nothing but React we are using. And sending the data to server, in that also we are using client side. There we are taking the support of Ajax. Here we are working with the react.js. Next one, username password is valid or invalid. This is not our role. Yes. So here server side programmers, they are using server side scripts like ASP, JSP, PHP, etc. to connect with the database and to check whether it is valid or invalid. Means from third step, the request is going to the server, through Ajax object. There they're checking server side programmer is executing some logic. His logic is executing there, and he will return value like valid or invalid. Based on the result, again redirect to the welcome page or invalid user page. In that point of again, we are taking the client side scripts. That client side script routing concept is there. Nothing but here React. So to redirect that welcome or invert page means in these 5 steps. So this one, second, third, and last, these 3 steps compulsory we are using client side scripting language. Not only login, even if you take registration or any other concept, the usage of client side script is very, very high priority. So that is a main point of this. So I think with this use case, you got some clarity where we are using the client side scripting languages. Now, one person asked me one question. So what are the benefits we have in React.js? So with JavaScript, not only comparison with JavaScript, we are also discussing the comparison with Angular. So first of all, already JavaScript is there. Why should we use the React.js? Yes. So for that, we are discussing about features of React. Yes. So here, what are not there in JavaScript? What are there in React? We will discuss about that. Yeah. First of all, supports data binding concept. What is this data binding? So React supports what? Data binding concept. It is not there in JavaScript. So what is data binding? So I will tell you that one. Now, just see. For example, you are creating one variable. So you know variables, I think. So even if you don't know, I will explain in our sessions. When I start the programming. For example, here I have taken one variable like serial number is equal to something like 1 second. Serial number is 100 I have taken. So variables we are using to perform some calculations. At the time of calculation implementation, so all the values we are storing were in variables. I have taken one variable like this. That variable value I want to display on the control, like any text box or heading or any paragraph. So then what we are doing generally, so we are executing some logic. So this is our logic we are executing here. In this logic, what we are doing here, reading the variable and displaying on the control like this. Means here it displays the output 100. Now concept is later this 100 is changed as 200. We update this value from outside. Outside means from another function or somewhere. My question is, so when it is modified, will it update automatically here with the re-execution of the script? No. So again, we need to run this code here. So we need to run this code. Then only, it will display the updated value in this location. Is it clear? Yes. Like that. Means every time, whenever the value is modified, every time we are executing this logic to get the updates and display on the control. Not only single variable, we are creating n number of variables at the time of application development. For every variable you want to write these functions, it is very hectic process for us. To avoid that, React.js and Angular React.js and Angular supports data binding concept. The benefit of data binding is we are creating a link between the variable and the control. What is the purpose of the link? It observes always what are the updates we are getting in this variable. Those updates it will apply on the control. Is it clear? Means as a programmer, you need not worry about to display the updates of the variables on the controls. Automatically, the data binding will take care of each and everything. So we have two types of data bindings, one-way data binding and two-way data binding. So right now, I'm not touching any programming concepts like that. The first feature is, okay, supports data binding. It is not there in JavaScript, but it is there in Angular also. Next, single page application. Yes, for that single page application. See, why React, Angular are popular? Because of these 2 points, data binding and single page applications. These are the main points we have here. What is single page application? See, for this data binding, we will spend around 3 to 4 days, and single page application, I will take around 7 days to cover the single page application. Just overview, I will tell you. Yes. Now here, yeah. For example, this is on web server. Assume that Facebook like that this is server. So we have a number of web pages like this: home, about us, contact us, like that. We have these web pages. Is it clear? Yes. So this is home page, and this is about us, and this is something like contact us, like that. Now the thing is here, one user is sending a request for the server. Just like if you type gmail.com or facebook.com like that, one request, then what is happening? Home page is loading. And programmer display the hyperlinks for these remaining pages like about and contact other. Now what happens if user click on the about us, then again one request is going to the server, okay, and about us is loading from there, response is coming. Like that, if you click on the contact us again, one more request is going here and the response is coming here. Like that, every time the request is going to the server to get the next page. That is the way how we are working with the websites. But these days, many websites are there working with the single page application. What the benefit of this? Yes, benefit is nothing but first of all, see all these pages we are holding as one object. Got it? All these pages we are holding as one object. When user sends the first request, okay, when user sends the first request, then what is happening? So enter that object, okay, so enter that object is loading into the browser. In that object, what are the pages we have? Home, about us, contact us, like that. All these pages are storing in the browser cache memory location. All these pages are storing in the browser cache memory location. If user click on any page like about us, directly it is coming from here. Contact us, like that it is coming, and remaining pages also loading. Means second time onwards, no need to send any request to the server. So this concept we are calling a single page application. In detail, I will explain to you. I told you around 1 week, minimum 1 week we are spending with this concept. So we are covering many programs like nested routing, lazy loading, authentication, authorization. Okay, like the different types of concepts are there. All this we will cover here. Okay. So this is very, very important feature for us. Okay, next one here supports many validators. In JavaScript, to validate the controls, we are using predefined validators. Sorry, we need to write the logics, want to perform any validations. But in this React, not only React, in Angular also, predefined validators are available. So directly we can use these validators to validate the controls like text boxes, everything you want to validate. In that point of, we take the support of these predefined validators. So these are 3 points. We have few more points need to discuss. Okay. But anyhow, the time is not sufficient for us now because I need to tell what are the concepts we are covering and what is our pattern. So that's why remaining concepts I will cover in the next class. What are the features? So that time we will also discuss what are not there in Angular. Till now we discussed 3 points. These 3 points are also available in Angular. Okay. But next point, some points, okay, those are not available in Angular. So those I will discuss in the next session. Before that, yeah, what is the pattern we are following here and what are the topics we are covering? See, to work with this React.js, the prerequisite is JavaScript. Or the prerequisite is JavaScript. First, we are covering JavaScript. After that, I will start the React concepts. For JavaScript, we are discussing the complete JavaScript 20 to 24 days we are spending with this JavaScript. Very, very, very important. So closures, hosting, asynchronous programming, Ajax, callbacks, okay. How browser runs the JavaScript engine, okay. So debuggers, browser developer tools, like that many concepts we are covering in this JavaScript. So we are spending around 20 to 25. 24 days. And for React, we are spending around 45 to 50 days. Okay, total course duration is 65 to 70 days. So in this React, we are mostly are concentrating on functional components. Actually, two types of components we have. One is functional, next one is class components. But in companies, we are working with the functional components. We are covering with this functional components here. So we have different types of lifecycle hooks with these functional components like use state, use effect. All these topics we will cover here. Course content you want to get, so open DURGASOFT website. So there, if you click on the react.js, okay, the title link. So in that page, okay, then course content is available. Otherwise, so in front office, if you ask, they will send you the course content already. So in chat window, you can see the front office phone numbers. Okay, they will give you the course content. Next point is, yeah, every day 1 hour session. So 7:30 to 8:30. So demos I'm spending around 50 minutes like that. After that 1 hour session, and 4 to 5 demos they are providing to you. Okay, and videos. Okay, everyday class videos, recording videos, and material programs. I will upload in the Google Drive access. Okay, Google Drive. You can access the drive, but the drive access is available once the registration is done. Okay. Yes, this is the pattern which I am moving through. Okay. Anyhow, features we discussed about 3 features only. Remaining features I will discuss in the next session. So you got some basic idea on this React.js. What is React.js? If anybody asks you, it is a library of JavaScript, nothing but client-side script to develop the web applications. Is it for designing or coding? It is not for designing, it is for coding. Where React code executes in server or browser? In browser. So what we can do with this React? So already got these points here. Okay. So this is the answer we have to give. What are the features? We are covering those features. So later we'll discuss the remaining features on the next class. Yeah.
Sir, all the hooks we will cover,
So,
all the 9 hooks, like hooks. All the 9 hooks you will cover.
all the
Nine types of hooks are there, no? Something.
9.
Actually, I also don't know much, sir.
Use state,
went-
use
yeah.
state, use effect, Okay.
Uh,
Use reducer, use callback. Therefore, okay.
uh,
Next one, use state, use effect, use reducer, use callback, use navigate 5. Okay. Use form action 6. Use form status 7. Okay. Next one, use context 8. Okay.
okay.
Next one, use callback I discussed, right? Okay. Use effect is there. Use memo 10.
Hmm.
Okay. Yes, use transition
Yeah.
11. Who told 9 hooks? Not 9, more hooks we have.
Okay, but okay. So
Mhm.
all like
Yeah, in routing point of view also some hooks we have. Okay, so like use navigate comes under routing point of view. So in React 19 they added so use transition, use form status like that. These hooks. Okay,
okay.
we are
But
covering
last time
all
you
these hooks along with custom hooks also. Yeah.
last
Sir,
time you
can
will
you
be there.
send the syllabus? So in a chat,
What is that?
can you send the syllabus or the course content in the chat so we can clarify?
No, see, I'm going to show you how to open. So go to this.
You will take one project also. Like last,
Huh?
we'll have some project.
What is it?
Some project, sir,
So
sir. Some study
DURGASOFT.com.
project.
See, this is a concepts class batch. Okay. So project point of view will discuss, but complete project you want to learn. So after this, you need to join the project batch. Okay. That is 3 months duration. So there I will discuss the project. Okay. So to
There is
attend that
separate.
project, compulsory, okay, concepts are needed. Is it clear? See, now if you click on this, react.js, okay. So this is a registration link you are clicking on. Here, if you click on this, then both in JavaScript as well as React point of what the topics we are discussing, everything is pasted here. Okay, you can collect from here. So we are covering more than this because this is 2 years back content, I think. Okay, we are covering more than this. Okay. Any more doubts?
The project is 3 months. Sir, like you are teaching project separately.
Project is separate. Okay.
Okay.
That is 3 months by separate course, separate price for that. Okay. That is 15,000. If React student, 12,000. But the thing is, in project, I don't discuss these concepts. I will directly use these concepts. So life cycle hooks, you are spending around 10 days here to discuss these life cycle hooks. Okay. So, but in project directly I will use, that's why. So first give priority to these sessions, not directly to project. Without knowledge on this, if you directly attend the project, you can't understand anything. Okay.
Yeah, high order functions also will take na service. High order
Sorry?
component. Last
Huh?
high order components. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
higher
last
order
last topic.
components. Yeah, everything higher order components will discuss. Everything we will cover here. Okay. I told you. So, what are the concepts we have? Along with that, some additional concepts we will discuss, which are not added in this course content because this is a old one, 2 years, 3 years back course content. Okay. Yeah.
Hello,
How to
sir.
write arrow function. Everything you will tell, sir.
Huh?
Arrow function, how to create here. Like class component and functional component, how we create arrow functions.
How to?
How to create arrow function.
You are
Arrow
asking
function.
concept why?
Yeah, I am
So
asking, sir, arrow function.
programs are you asking programs are concept?
Concept I am asking.
See, you're asking coding. It seems like that. So arrow functions how to create means right now this is not programming concept, right? So this is a demo. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So I will tell you how to get the arrow functions. For example, here if I use like this is normal function. For example, if I use here, this is the expression function. So manually want to create here, just we are using like this. Okay. This is arrow function. Okay. Name we want to provide for this. This is anonymous arrow function.
Mhm. Nameless. Okay, sir.